Hello, everybody. This is Miss Carter here, and I'm just going over the directions for your Beetle Genes lab, especially if you were not in school or not in class when we went over this. It can be kind of tricky as how to do this. So we're just going to go over these directions here. This goes along with our lesson 1, part 1 unit 2 lesson that deals with genotype and phenotype. So this is called the Beetle Genes Lab. So first thing that you're going to do is you are going to go to what's called Picker Wheel, and it's basically just going to kind of help us to be able to do this lab. And so we click on the link here. Okay, and then if we go back to the directions, it says type in green body and red body where it says input. All right, so we go back here where it says input, we type in green. Oh, my screen is, there we go, body, and type in red body. All right, then get rid of this. Maybe, there it goes. All right, so then if we kind of scroll down here, sorry, my computer's being slow right now. There we go. All right, so that's all you needed was green and a red body. All right, then I go back here. It says click spin 11 times, making a tally below in the correct box after each spin. And get rid of that period there. And then after 11 spins, move on to step 2. All right, so we're going to hit spin 11 times, marking each time what we get. So I hit spin. Maybe. I promise you it does spin. There it goes. And eventually it will stop. Okay. So the first one is the green body here. So then we're going to count that one. That's one of them. All right. And so that kind of keeps us tally for us here, so we can go back and do that later on the sheet. All right, so we hit spin again. My internet must be really slow right now because it normally doesn't take this long. All right, and that one's red body. So we hit count +1. So you can see there we got one green, one red. So anyway, you keep doing this, keep clicking, spin until you get 11 times. After you have your totals here, okay, so you should have two numbers here that add up to 11, so like 7 and 4, 6 and 5, whatever. You're then going to go down here and you're going to put them in the correct spot. So let's say I got 6 tally marks in green, then I would put a 6 there. If I got 6 in there, that means I would get 5 here. And that means that green body would win out, and that is our dominant trait. Okay? So, hold that thought. Okay. Sorry about that. Google was having issues. All right, so we did that part. Now we go back up here. We've spun it 11 times, so now we go on to step 2. It says type round spots and no spots in the input selection. So we go back here and we get rid of the 2 that we already have. And we're going to type in round spots. Move me out of the way there. And no spots. Okay, and then we're going to click it 11 times again, just like you did last time. It's going to end on one of them, and then you just click it and it'll put up the total here. Let's do this, and then we're going to stop with the wheel because it seems to be having issues today. All right, so this time round spots won out, but again, we're going to click 11 times total. And again, it'll keep your totals here, okay? Now, after you get done with those 11, you got one more thing you got to do, which is the long wing, short wing. So you'll enter it just the same way as we did and click 11 times like you did for the last time, okay? And then it says move on to step 4. So each time here, you're going to have entered a total. So I'm just going to make these up just because I don't want to make this video super long, but you need to actually make sure you go through and do them. All right, so everything adds up to 11s. So then I come down here to number 4. It says, draw a picture below of your beetle based on the traits that were picked the most. Okay, so in here, you're going to go up to Insert, Drawing, New. Okay. And this is taking a second here. What you're going to do is if whatever of the traits won out, you're going to make that in your animal, okay? And we're creating a beetle. So let's say I don't remember which one I picked, but let's say that we had a red beetle that won out, okay? So I can go in here and, sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, so I'm going to insert something that goes along with that. So I'm going to search for I'm going to say red one, for a red beetle. Enter. All right, and then I just pick one, whichever one I want. This one looks good. Make sure you don't pick the car. We do want an animal here. All right. And we're going to insert that. All right, so there's my picture of my red beetle. Then I'm going to save that so I can go back and see what else I need. All right, so then I go up here. Okay, green actually went out, but we're going to change this up because I made it red. I'll make that one a 5 and that one a 6. Okay, so even though red body is recessive, it's going to show up because it's going to be the only one there. Okay, it's little b. So then let's say we had round spots show up compared to no spots. So we're going to go back. Oh, and I also need long wings. Okay, so round spots and long wings. Sorry. All right, so I click on my picture and I go to Edit. All right, and round spots won out. So once this loads, okay, I'm going to go up here and I go to my shapes and I want round spots. So I'm going to find a circle here. There's a circle. And I'm going to click. All right, and make it a little bit smaller so that I have more than one. All right. So I can leave it that color if I want to. Don't make it red because you want it to stand out, but I can make it whatever color I want. And that doesn't really stand out. Let's try something different. How about yellow? There we go. All right, and then all I got to do is just right click, copy it, click off of it, and then Control V a couple of times so I get a few of them. There we go. All right, and then I just move them all over my red beetle like that. Okay, so I've got a red beetle. It's got spots, round spots, and it also needed long wings. So let's see, how do we want to do the wings? Let's see if we have anything here that looks kind of like wings that we can make work. I could probably, sorry, I lost it there. I could probably make this look like wings. So if I click that on here, all right, and then if I just make this bigger, kind of put it in the middle here for its wings. All right, and I'm gonna make them longer and longer. And then I want to make them a different color. I want to make them black. All right. So I now have a red beetle with spots and long wings. So I click Save and Close. And there is my picture. Okay, so it says draw a picture of the beetle based on the traits that were picked the most. So I got red body, I got round spots, and I got long wings. Okay, then I go down to question number 1 under Analyze and Conclude. It says, what was the phenotype of your beetle? Remember, phenotype means, and I got to include all 3 traits, it means that you need to make sure that you have what it looks like. Okay, so the phenotypes in the table are these things here. Okay, and I even have it marked here. So you're just putting the ones that are for your beetle. So mine would be red, round spots, long wings. And then the next question asks, what are the genotypes? And so, well, I had red body, so mine would be little b, little b. I had round spots, so it'd be big E, big E. And then long wings would be little h, little h. Then you're going to just answer the questions here. Does your beetle have more dominant traits or more recessive? All right, well, let's see. I had 2 recessive and 1 dominant, so I would put that. Okay. That's the explanation part. Okay, so I would tell how many of each. And it says if your beetle had only recessive traits and it mated with a beetle that had only dominant traits, would your grand beetles be more likely to have all dominant traits or all recessive traits, and why? And how do you know? Okay, well, we haven't really gotten to the Punnett square part of things, but I want your educated guess here, okay? Basically, if I took a beetle that was green, so big, 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 big B, big B, and I crossed it with a little b, and we had the babies, they're going to be a cross of these two. So, are you more likely to get all green babies or all red babies? Okay, and so kind of think that one through. Give me a little bit of why you believe that. Okay, now in the next lesson, we're going to explain exactly which it is and how we know that. But I want your educated guess here. So make sure you give me an educated answer and scientifically backed with it as well. Okay. All right, that's basically how you do the Beetle Genes Lab. If you have any questions, just email me or Miss Mills. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Thanks, guys.